I'm giving you guys all an update. As you guys know, I'm right around, well, I'm halfway-ish through my pregnancy. I'm like right around 21 weeks, so I'm going to tell you all about my 20-week ultrasound that happened this week. So, first of all, it was absolutely amazing. Like, we were both just so excited. My husband usually can't come to my midwife appointments with me because they're all during the day, which is such a drag. Like, the latest appointment they have is at like 3:30, and he gets out of work at 5. So he'd really have to be taking a lot of time off to be coming to these, and I'd rather him save up his time off to be able to spend time with me and the baby once the baby's here. So he doesn't come all that often to my midwife appointments, but he comes to like the really big ones. Like, he came to my first appointment ever, and he also came to this ultrasound, which was just incredible. So I think the coolest part was we hadn't seen the baby since the baby was 7 weeks along in gestation. And this time around, obviously, the baby isn't just like this little like peanut. Like, it is a baby inside of my belly. Like, it was just so crazy. And we considered taking video footage of it, but my husband actually had a really good point, and I'm really glad we didn't. And it's because I know way too much, because I am a nurse and like I've seen a lot of ultrasounds. And he's like, you would totally be coming home and not even realizing it, but like parsing it for information about the gender. And I was like, oh, you're so right. Like, I don't want to do that. And he's like, and you also don't want like family members to be doing that either. So we did get pictures printed. They were so sweet, and they like had a couple really cute snapshots of like the face and stuff that they were able to print for us. But yeah, we didn't take any video footage of it. And I'm glad, because I totally would have done that, and I would have been so sad if other people were like parsing our video for information about the gender. I'm like, so we're still in the dark. I personally still 100% think that it's a boy. If I haven't already said that, I've thought this whole time that it was a boy. I am like 1000% convinced. Like, I mean, I have thoughts about it being a girl, and it like warms my heart, and I would love to have a baby girl, but I'm also obviously super excited if it's a boy, and I'm just like, that's what I think. And so it's been funny because this whole pregnancy, a lot of people have been on Team Girl. Like, a lot of family and friends have thought it was a girl the whole time. And now, not because they've seen our ultrasound pictures, but now some of them are like flipping over to Team Boy. So we'll have to see what the official verdict is. Sorry, I have one curl. Oh, there we go. So we'll have to see what the official verdict is about, you know, if it is a boy or a girl, and we'll have to find out when I deliver this baby. So we went in. Unfortunately, this day they were running really behind in their ultrasound appointments, so we were sitting around for a really long time, and then when we finally got in, things were taking a lot longer because I was right, y'all. This baby is super low. It is like super, super low in my pelvis. Has been, I'm pretty sure, from the start. This baby was so low that they couldn't actually see the end of the spine. And they have to confirm that the baby does not have spina bifida or any other spine defects before you can be like officially allowed to give birth in the birth center. And so I thought that was really funny. So like they had me like go pee and like do all these things to kind of like get baby in a better position, because literally the end of the spine was like below my pubic bone, and they couldn't get the ultrasound one there. So that was the only kind of frustrating part. But the tech was really sweet. We got a really good tech, and she was like amazing at pointing things out to us that even I wouldn't have really like gotten. And she was really sweet about this, because I'm sure normal parents would have been like, you can't see the spine? Like, that's kind of a scary thought to have. But she was wonderful. She was like showing us, she was scanning back and forth, and she's like, you can kind of see it as I'm doing this ultrasound live, but I can't get a good picture of it. And the radiologist needs, or the OBGYN, whoever reads this, needs a picture of the whole spine. So she's like, so I'm sure your baby doesn't have spina bifida, like you don't need to worry, but we might have to have you back for another ultrasound if they don't like what they're seeing and they can't get a good picture of the spine. So kind of a frustrating thing, because we really are trying to limit our ultrasounds. So I was like, great, another like random ultrasound that we have to have that I really don't think is all that important right now, because we know everything is okay. So it was amazing. The second she put like the wand on me, you could instantly like see everything, and you could see the baby moving like the whole time. Like, this baby is super active. She even said, she's like, this is one of the most active babies I've ever seen. And so that was amazing. She also said, I have a posterior placenta, which is really cool. That means that like my placenta is literally in like the back basically, and the baby is in the front. So baby's like right up against my skin, and that's why I've been able to feel baby like super, super early. Like, I felt flutters way before people say that you should feel flutters. Like, I think I was around 12 weeks or so that I started feeling, I think it's early as like 10 weeks, I started feeling like weird feelings down there, and then by 12 weeks it felt a little bit like popcorn popping in my belly. And then from there on, it was like clearly baby kicking and moving and whatever. And that is super early for that to be happening. And it's because I have a posterior placenta, so baby's smushed right up against my skin, and so I can kind of feel everything that's happening there. So I thought that was really funny. Let's see. So we got to see, obviously, like all the parts of the baby, and then we told her we don't want to know the gender of the baby, so when you get down there, can you let us know so we can turn our heads and not see? So she was really sweet, and a couple times she had to go down there, so we had to turn our heads and, you know, not look, and it took so much discipline to not do that, but I'm just so excited to have a surprise and not know, you know, what the baby is going to be. So that's really exciting, and she zoomed in on, like, the profile and everything, and so we got to see the little face, and it was just so amazing. We were like, oh my gosh, like, I think the baby has like my chin, because my chin's a little bit more like, I don't know, pronounced, and my husband's a little bit more flat, so we could see like, oh, the baby's got my chin. And then we saw, like, we're pretty sure the baby has my husband's nose, because my nose is like a little bit bigger than his is, and so I was just like, oh my gosh, it was just so amazing to see, and you can see the little lips and everything, and it was just so perfect. And oh, some of the other cool things she said was that the baby's hands were big, and the fingers were really long in the baby. And so I thought that was really funny, because I have big hands for someone my size and for a female. Like, I have really, really long fingers. Like, in nursing school, I'm sure some of you guys will appreciate this if you're in a profession where you have to wear gloves, but in nursing school I always had to wear like the large size gloves, and they were always out of them, or they didn't have them because they just assume, like, you know, some sexist thing that like most nurses are female, and of those females everyone has tiny hands, and it's like, no, I have long fingers, so I need long gloves. And it was also funny because in nursing school, when you're doing a sterile procedure, you have to wear these really tight-fitting sterile gloves, and they come in these like kits, and whenever you open up the kit, they're like a size 7 or something is the average, and I would always need to like bring in my own sterile gloves that were like bigger than everyone else's. So I thought that was so funny that the baby has my fingers and really long fingers, and so I thought that was really sweet. And the baby's already measuring big. I forget what she said was the actual size of the baby, but I remember her saying the baby's like a week and a half, like bigger than average babies their gestation or something, which is so amazing to me. I know people freak out about baby size, but I'm just amazed and in awe and wonderful. So wonderful that the baby's big and healthy and growing, and so, like, how could you not be amazed by that? And so it was just so cool, and like the whole time baby was moving, and it was just so amazing to see, like, this little creature inside of me just like wiggling around and swimming and everything. And so just so incredibly amazing and wonderful, and yeah, we were just so excited to see the baby. So everything looked good. I did get the official report back. Everything looked beautiful, but they are gonna have to have us scheduled for yet another ultrasound just to see the bottom of the spine. So they reassured me it won't be a long ultrasound. This one was really, really long, because they had to look at every single part of the baby, which always, you know, makes me nervous because we are trying to avoid ultrasounds, but I was like, this is the one where I just have to let them do their thing, and that was that. But so I am scheduled for another ultrasound, which will be coming up, I think, in like a week and a half or something like that. I'll have to double check when that is. But so, and they're just gonna look at the bottom of the baby's spine. Hopefully baby will be in a better position by then, or will have grown enough where they can like see everything they need to see. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Like I said, I'll insert a picture. I inserted one before, but I'll put any other pictures I have at the end of this video, and I'll also include a bump shot because I am definitely starting to get bigger and bigger. And that's it for now, guys. And